I would highly recommend that people come here to Réunion and they skip Mauritius. All right, the sun is going down now completely. I'm about to turn into Akon in a second. Y'all won't be able to see my face, just my teeth and my eyes. These are jokes, y'all.
It's funny to me.
Some people take stuff too seriously. Now, it's actually a little bit brighter now as I'm coming out of the trees. So hit that like button. I'm putting in work out here. I swear to y'all, I'm putting in work. I'm coming to one of the major tourist draws of this island. It's called Plage de la Hermitage. I don't know what that translates to in French, but that was my pronunciation of it. And from what I know, this is just a really gorgeous, almost endless beach that just goes on and on, okay? It's actually brighter here. Funny how that works. So it's brighter here, and then in the trees it was darker. And today is Friday. It's about 6 p.m. and there is nobody on this beach. This is crazy. Or maybe just not anybody on the side of the beach that I'm on right now. As far as I can see, there's almost nobody. Which, I mean, if you've ever been to a beach in the Caribbean, you've been to beaches in Mexico, you don't get this anymore. You got resort all over the beach. And if not, it's going to be private some kind of way. So to just be able to walk out, park for free in a kind of nature reserve with the beach all together in one thing is actually really unique. This kind of reminds me of some of the beaches on the Baltic Sea up near Poland, Lithuania, that I've been to, where you have this wooded, forest kind of an area behind you, and then you've also got the sands, the sea, all together, just very beautiful. You know, also Vancouver, that reminds me, Vancouver, one of my favorite cities in North America, in the summertime only though. I've never been there in the wintertime, and I don't think I ever will, but in the summertime, that's probably my favorite North American city in August. You know what I'm saying? Not the rest of the year, but August, September, that's where you want to be if you're in North America. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. We're still here in Africa. We're still here on the Indian Ocean. And it's gorgeous, man. So I see some people way off in the distance. And now the wind is picking up a little bit. I think I'm just going to sit out here and just watch it get dark. So this one is actually protected, if I remember correctly. There's like a barrier reef, an artificial one. So as you can see out here, the breaks, where the water breaks, is actually like way down here. That's why the tide is so low. It's notorious for sharks. They probably decided that they should go ahead and put that netting up to protect this area, this beach in particular, from the sharks, so that tourists will actually want to come and swim. And it's not like they filmed another Jaws, you know, Jaws Part 4, African edition. Actually, nah, they actually had more than 4 Jaws. What am I talking about? It'd be like Jaws 19, Indian Ocean Terror, or some shit like that. And yeah, my hair looks crazy with the wind. It's giving me the alfalfa joint, where your joint just sticks straight up. That's what my hair is doing. I got the Rasta alfalfa. I had it a second ago. So as far as Réunion Island, most people probably never come here because it's not easy to get to Réunion Island, no matter where in the world you're at. Even if you're in France, even if you're in England, even if you're in India, it's still far. It is far from everything. Even if you're in Kenya, it is far. So I've got to compare Réunion Island to Mauritius. Mauritius, which is right next door, is a lot more open in theory to people from the continent coming there, but they're going to treat you less than desirable if you are a black African coming from the continent. Mauritius. I was in Mauritius. People left me comments that were like, you weren't even really in Mauritius. You didn't show us any footage of yourself in Mauritius. Well, there's a reason for that. I didn't show you footage because I actually had a phone stolen, lost, whatever you want to call it, in Namibia. And so I lost a lot of footage and videos from when I was in Mauritius and a couple other countries. So no, I do not have that footage for you, but I talked about my experiences there, and they were very, very disappointing, very, very discriminatory from the moment that I landed at the airport. Now, it got better in the subsequent days, and I did say that for the record. I did not say that Mauritius overall is horrible. I said the way that they treat you when you first come to the country, if you're of African descent, is horrible, and they need to work on that. Now, to contrast that with the experience that I had when I landed here in Réunion Island, which actually belongs to France. So when I landed here, I landed in the EU, okay? So that's important. So people may argue this, but the EU is the most sought after part of the world and one of the hardest parts of the world to get into, right? It's a block. It composes, like 30 different countries. And so you would think if any country in the world, any region of the world would give me trouble to get in, it would be the EU, right? That was not the case. They did not treat me like Mauritius when I landed in the EU, when I landed in Réunion. They treated me like a tourist should be treated. They asked me one question, looked at my passport, everything's in order, it looks like me, I get 90 days on arrival, and they gave that to me graciously because they realized that I'm not here to do anything negative to the country. I'm actually here in a positive way. I'm going to spend my money, I'm going to have a good time, I'm going to vlog about it, and that's going to be that. Everybody wins. But in Mauritius, all they could see was my African skin. They didn't care about the passport, they didn't care about my accent, they didn't care. Some people call me light skinned, they didn't care I was light skinned. All they saw was, you're a black man, you're probably doing something you're not supposed to do here. We want you out of here as quick as possible. We want to know exactly where you're staying at. We want to know who you're staying at. We want to call them to confirm. We want to scrutinize every single minute that you're going to be here. We want to check all through your luggage to make sure you're not one of those drug trafficking Negroes. I mean, everything they could legally do to me, they did. And it would be okay if I was going to Switzerland, the wealthiest country in the world, whatever country that is. I don't think there really is one that stands out for everyone, but let's just say I was going to some country where Americans are overstaying the visas all the time because they can make $200,000 a year in this magical country that doesn't exist. Then I could understand it. Then they would have some kind of logic behind like, okay, we really have to protect what we have here and keep this N-word out of here, right? I could kind of understand it then, but that wasn't the case. I mean, Mauritius for Africa, yeah, they're doing well, but I don't think they have an issue with Americans overstaying their visa because they can get a better job in Mauritius than they could do back home or wherever else. So it was just straight up discriminatory and racist, and there's just no way to justify it. And that being said, I don't ever have to go back. Hallelujah. Because I know people wrote, well, you stayed there X amount of days. Well, I also had booked my tickets and everything was non-refundable, not only for the flight, but also for the hotel, etc., etc. So those people didn't make any damn sense. They wanted me to forfeit thousands of dollars. So I hurt myself when I arrive, and then I hurt myself when I leave. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Can somebody tell me how much sense that makes? But what I could do is I could go online and I could tell people about my experiences so that no one else has to experience what I went through, okay? Or if they do experience it, they've been warned and they get what's coming to them. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I chose to handle the situation. If you guys agree, disagree, go ahead, leave me a comment down below. But all I'm saying is, if you are looking at the Indian Ocean as a place to travel to, you want to be near Africa, you want to see the beautiful beaches, I'm just letting you know Mauritius is not your only option. They will treat you respectfully in Réunion, and they are the ones who deserve your dollars. It's an amazing island. It's beautiful. The light's about to go out on me right now, so I'm going to wrap this one up. But thanks for watching. Until next time, this is your guy, Jay Focus, reminding you to stay focused.
life that's better than y'all.
Focus, man.